Hi, my name is Kelsey and I'm a teaching artist in the PACE Art program, an arts integration program of the Acadiana Center for the Arts and the Lafayette Parish school system in Lafayette, Louisiana. Today we're going to be learning about punctuation in sentences using gestures. All you need is your body and lots of space. We're going to go ahead and get started today with our warm-up. So if you can, just make sure that you're having lots of space to move. And you can go ahead and start moving your head side to side. Just bring your ear to your shoulder. A few more times. And come back to center, then bring your head up and down. A big yes and no. You can do a few more of these. And back to center. Go ahead and look side to side. And now squeeze your shoulders at the top and drop them down. Squeeze and then drop. Two more. Squeeze at the top. And drop your shoulders, and one more time. Now roll your shoulders back. Make sure we're getting really good and ready to move. And then roll your shoulders forward. Very nice. And reach up super tall and touch your toes. Reach up super tall and touch the toes. Two more. Reach up super tall and touch the toes. And last one, reach up really tall and touch those toes. Very nice. Now if you can, open your legs and I'm going to go side to side, touching my toe. Side to side like this. You can reach side, touch your toe on this side, and then switch. And we're going to switch just a couple more times. Very nice. Go ahead and shake out those legs. Shake out your arms and wiggle your whole body. And freeze. Now, I want to talk first about shapes. Now, when you hear shapes, you might think of things like triangles. You can make triangles or a bigger triangle. The biggest triangle. You could make like a circle. Or a circle over here. Or a really big circle like this. You could even make a square. A square. Or we could make the shapes of some things around us, like a chair. Or a lamp. A book, or I could totally make up my own shapes and make it look like this, or like this, or like this. You could make any kind of shapes you want. So think first of a shape, like a circle, or a triangle, or a square, and go ahead and make that shape. Perfect. I'm making a circle. Now I want you to make the shape of something in the room around you. So look around. Try to find something you can make the shape of. I'm going to make the shape of this leaf. And then I want you to think of your very own made-up shape. It could be anything. Any way you can move your body to make the shape of something you've never seen before. Think about it first. Now go ahead and make your shape. Nice. Those are all shapes. And if you notice, shapes don't move. Once you've made your shape, you want to hold it. And then you can stand tall and your shape is done. Moving moving on to gestures. Now, shapes don't move, they're still, but gestures do move. Now, you already know a lot of social gestures. Social gestures like this. Means hello. This one. Yes. And no. I don't know. Stop! These are social gestures. So we do these things to communicate to each other without using any words. So if you wave like this, I know that you're trying to say hi or hello. If I ask you a question, you could nod, or like this, and I know your answer is yes or no. If I ask you a question and you do this, that means you don't know, probably. These are social gestures, but today we're going to be making up our own gestures for our own words. Now, a gesture does move, but only for a very short amount of time, like 1 to 2 seconds. Shapes don't move. Gestures move, but only for a short amount of time. So, let's look at some words that we can make gestures for. Like flag. Now, if I want to make the shape of a flag, I could do this. But if I want to make a flag gesture, remember, needs to move, but only for a short amount of time, I could do this. You try. Nice. Now, I want to make a gesture for the word house. It's got to move, so I'm going to do this. You try. That is a house gesture. Could you think of something different? Try it out. Now I want to think of a gesture for the word book. Book. You try. Could you think of something different? Now I want you to look around and really think, what are some words that you could make a gesture for? It's a very short movement. It's a move you've never seen before, so you really want to try to be creative. Try to think of something that you haven't seen. So take a look around you. And now make up a gesture for that word. I'm going to choose drawer. My gesture looks like this. You try. Nice. Now, since we're talking about punctuation today, let's think about some of those punctuation marks. The first one we're going to talk about is a period. So I want to make a gesture for that period. There are lots of options here, and I want to challenge you to think of your own gesture. But mine might look something like this. You try. Or this. I could do a period like this. You try. Nice. Now try to think of your own period gesture. It could be anything, just a really short and quick move. Next, we're moving on to the question mark. A question mark. Now my first gesture looks like this. You try. Next, I could do something like this. You try. Now try to think of your own question mark gesture. Very nice. Now, moving on to the exclamation point. This is pretty exciting, so I'm going to do this. You try. Or something like this. Try to think of your own exclamation point gesture. Nice. And our last punctuation mark for today, the comma. I could do something like this. Or like this. You try. Or maybe something with my leg like this. You try. Can you think of a different comma gesture? Nice. So, now we have our gestures down and some punctuation. I want to look at stringing some gestures together. We call this a phrase. A phrase is just a few gestures that we put together in order to make a phrase or a very short dance. So the first phrase we're going to look at will have 3 gestures. Our first word will be big, big. So my gesture for the word big is like this. The next word in the phrase is red, red. My gesture for the word red is, you try. So then we have big, red, and our last word in the phrase is tiger. My gesture for the word tiger is, you try. So then I have 3 gestures that look like this. Big, red, and tiger. Now we're going to try all of those in order. Try with me. Big, red, tiger. Now, with a phrase of movement, I want to string all of those together to make it really smooth so it kind of looks like a dance. Let's try it. Big, red, tiger. Nice. Let's try again. Big, red, tiger. Perfect. That is our very first movement phrase. Let's try another. My 3 words are scared, fast, spider. Scared, fast, spider. Scared, fast, spider. Let's try to smooth it out. Try it with me. Scared, fast, spider. Scared, fast, spider. Perfect. That is a movement phrase, or just a few gestures that we put together. Now that we know gestures and phrases, how to put them together, let's look at some sentences. So my first sentence is, I like cookies. That's going to have a period. Declarative sentence. So let's work on those gestures. I like cookies. Period. Let's try to put it together. I cookies. Period. One more time, without the words. Nice. Now you could try to think of another sentence that ends with a period. Plants are cool. Period. Let's add some gestures. Plants are cool. Period. Plants are cool. Period. Now moving on to a question. Do you love playing? Question mark. Let's add the gestures. Do you like playing? Question mark. Let's try it again. Do you like playing? Question mark. Now try to think of your own question that you could add gestures to make a phrase. And last, an exclamation point. Something exciting in a sentence. Like, birthdays are fun! Exclamation point. Let's add those gestures. Birthdays are fun! Exclamation point. Birthdays are fun! Exclamation point. Without the words. Now you try to think of a sentence that ends with an exclamation point. Perfect. Now for one more, our toughest one, let's add some commas. Our sentence could be, I love cake, cookies, and ice cream. Period. Let's add those gestures. I love cake, cookies, ice cream. Period. I love cake, cookies, and ice cream. Period. Without the words. Perfect. Now, I want you to take some time to write down some sentences. Ones that ends with a period, a question mark, or an exclamation point. And then practice making your gestures. You need one gesture for each word and punctuation mark. And then you put them all together and you have a phrase. Practice those phrases. Make them as smooth as you can. We'll be posting a new lesson every day at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time for kindergarten, first, and second grades, each tied to the academic curriculum. Some lessons will be in visual arts and some in creative movement, so be sure to come back and make art with us tomorrow. If you're interested in supporting programs like this, you can donate to the Acadiana Center for the Arts, the nonprofit who manages the PACE program, using the link. Help keep our teaching artists working, share our videos, and keep making art.